Buterevu nkwaniriza nnyo munange gwe yakatweyongako era nga njagala okulamusaako nti wasuzeyo kyanneeyo gy'osinzira okuba ng'olaba STV The Sharp Talk. Amannya nze Simon Chris Makange era nga twabasuubiza wiiki ewedde olwokubiri nti bagamba nti olunaku bwe luti nga 8 omwezi ogwa 12 tujja kuba tukomyewo ne programu yo eŋŋanzi STV The Sharp Talk. Yes, twetukuweereza Buterevu okusinzira waneno ku Kasozi e Buziga ku kizimbe ekyasinze okunyirira ekya Sky Complex ku luguudo lwa Katuuso. Well, gweyagala okweyungako maybe yagala kukola business naffe tukwaniriza jangu business ogikuba abantu mu maaso basobole okuba nga bagimanya. Mwaka guno tunatera okukuba oluku mu mutwe era nga neyongera okubajjukiza nti gwatandika n'essuubi lyali ly'amaanyi nnyo era nga tusuubira ebirungi bingi mu mwaka guno 2020 naye we twogerera it turned out to be a dark place for many of us. Olw'ensonga omwaka gwatandika n'ebizibu mwali enzige, tufuna COVID-19, tufiiriddwamu abantu abali prominent bangi nnyo era twatandika n'omukulu Jeno Kasirye Gwanga, mwalimu Alhaji Nasantege Sebagala, tufiiriddwa Pastor Iga, tufiiriddwa Dr. Abdunnon Anas Kalisa, tufiiriddwa ne Sheikh Nuhu Muzata, Shabani Bantaliza, abo bonna batuvudde ku maaso. Omukukunafu Joseph Tamale Mirundi wali mutabani wa Moli Namatovu ne Yowana Mirundi. Tugenda kuba tutungira ensonga nyingi nnyo ezigenda maaso mu ggwanga ezeetoolera mu byobufuzi wamu n'ebirala bingi. Muzeeyi wasuzeyo cyane.
Bulungi. Tuli
bulungi. Ensi ogiraba. Ebintu bigenda maaso mu ggwanga.
Yes.
Nga bwe mbadde nnyonnyola abantu nti omwaka gwatandika bulungi naye tugenda gumalako naye tugumazeeko bubi.
Teri mwaka mutafiiranga prominent people.
Naye ate guno gwe gususeewo.
And you see prominence is relative.
Prominence is relative.
Oyinza okusanga omusajja ku kyalo nga naye ye muzaata waabwe naye nga ye ate talina media nga yammwe naye nga ne ku kyalo ye muzaata waabwe kaga media ye kumakinga nti kino naye ensi
media makes people. Weewaawo katusooke tutandike n'emboozi ekoza amawulire olunaku olw'eggulo era nga tulina nyingi nnyo ze tugenda okwogerako naye katusooke n'ensonga ya Democratic Party. Olunaku olw'eggulo Democratic Party ng'eyita mu mwogezi waayo Opio Okola yavuddeyo n'egamba nti bagenda teekawo ekibiina oba komiti ey'enjawulo mwe bagenda okuba nga banoonyereza kwabo bammembazi baabwe abali mu kibiina ate nga tebawagira party president wa Norbert Mao nga basalawo okuwagira candidate mulala. Bo bagamba kino kiviolating constitution ya Democratic Party. Tukimanyi lwatu nti mabega kawo tulina ababaka ba parliament 12 bava mu kibiina kya Democratic Party. Kwaliko Medard Lubega Segona, kwaliko Honorable Betty Namboze, kwaliko Muwanga Kivumbi, Alan Sewanya, Mathias Mpuga n'abalala. Bayoleki bava mu kibiina ne basalawo okugenda okuwagira National Unity Platform ekulemberwa Robert Kyagulanyi Ssentamu. Awo Mukukunafu Joseph Tamale Mirundi wenjagala oyigirirewo ensonga ya Democratic Party nkimanyi waliko mu kibiina ekyo emyaka mingi nnyo emabega. Democratic Party ekyalina amaanyi.
Tewali.
What is the future of this party?
Si Democratic Party yokka. You see, Israel yemu. Nti how do people perceive political parties? Do you join them because of ideology or as vehicles for elections?
What is happening?
Happening. Ekibiina kyonna ffe mu Africa biri kwesinishite biri vehicle ly abalabo bazi wano bani abayitawo towe nalemu yayitawo nayingira enalemu. Yes.
So political parties,
what does one want? He wants to go to parliament.
It's a primary ambition.
Kakati ekyo tikibera punishable by the party. Ekyo kibera punishable by the population. Is this man a honest man?
Okay.
Population ye kipanishinga. Kakati omusajja amaze okubala ye ayagala kulagawo mu parliament oba kubeera chairman wa 5 ayina on the ground nti yeetaaga ekigambo kimu kwogera federo ennyukuta 6 naye tewali muganda abuuza bannambooza bwe yajja palamenti ogwasooka yajja n'embwa enjizi n'olutuula mu palamenti kuyigga federo yali aleeseko olina omuganda yenna ayimba federo yali aleeseyo ekiteeso kya federo nekidibeera defeated mu parliament because you can bring a private members motion which means nti bali baabalanga. This is a gullible society. Can you get federalism in the parliament? No. Federalism in parliament you can amend the constitution to change the political system. But the federalism is not a political system. It's a form of governance.
True.
Kakati omuntu agamba nti nona federalism mu parliament gwe musiru. The population yokka yetamanya. Kakati what is wrong by just mentioning a word of 6 letters nengena mu parliament nenfuna million 3 ku support.
So buli omwana onye ekintu kyalirako atuuke walaga. This is how we perceive political parties. Nti nkere wange nentambuza ebigere neninya boda nentuusa ku stage neninya emmotoka nentuusa mu park neninya emmotoka endala nentuusa e Masaka nenkwata eyebukakkata nengenda nkwata ekidyeri nentuuka Esese. These are methods of transport. My destination is Esese, and I've used the several good, but I don't have a car, assuming I don't have a car. Kakati eyo, that's one. Bano bo bagala genda ludawa mu parliament. Abantu population yaffe yo epanishinga kibiina. Gamba basalawo nti kati tugende nono. So ekitegeeza political parties tezikyakola makulu.
Ati zina nabagamba nti lukwati president Museveni yagenda yali mu DP n'agiraba nga tetambula n'agenda akola mu gavumenti y'Obote. Yava mu gavumenti y'Obote.
Kozi yakolanga ni mu office ya y'Obote.
Yali analyzing amawulire n'akola Obote report. Kakati bw'avaawo n'akola Folonasa n'ava mu Folonasa n'akola UPM teyagenda nayo mu nseko n'akola NRA. Yes. Changing from one political party does not matter. What is your mission?
The agenda.
Sajja ayinza okumanya nti tiimu y'omupiira Premier League mugiraba nnyo. Baguze defender ansinga nja kutuula katebe nga atema.
What is the future of DP, the oldest party?
Teina. You see, what you people don't know. Emisiri eriyo ekibiina bakiyita Wafudu Party.
Wafudu.
The oldest. Kiina ki. KANU was destroyed. As long as you don't have people to appeal to you, Democratic Party yali badde yenyumiriza mu kintu kimu nti nasale sitekabu edda timu yesekansi erinawo sitekabu. Ekyokubiri nti mainly DP esalanye eddiiro in 1960s aba DP basala eddiiro eyali secretary general bamuyitanga Batalingaya yasala eddiiro nayingira UPC nafuuka minister internal affairs. 1980 aba DP 10 bayingira mu UPC ne bakulosi kuba tibalina ideology. Wano Okero Lutwa yayita Semwogerere n'ayita abakulu bonna ne bagenda mu gavumenti ya Paulo Muwanga eyababba obululu. Kakati ate Museveni gy'abasanga nga hostages n'abeeyambisa n'abajjako money power yabagobanga omu because the Democratic Party did not know the difference between a coalition and a broad-based government. A broad-based government, you pick an individual. Museveni did not negotiate with the Democratic Party. There was no agreed package. Where a coalition you agree on the minimum program, you agree on the sharing of government jobs, and you have conditions under which you can withdraw. Kakati yo Museveni abaddipi tebayawula broad-based naki kuba abantu abasinga obungi tebabimanyi ezo political term nti lumonde n'omugoyo lumonde n'ebijanjaalo bitundibwa ssente endala. Omugoyo ye mixture of ebijanjaalo ne lumonde ndala. But if one vomits biba bifaanagana. Kakati this is what our political gundi abumbalaba aba professor bani abatasoma political science. Ekyokusatu nti DP this time round mawe yabala bubi n'akatabo ke nkemba wandiikidde ngenda kateeka mu nnimi zonna kali kajja kufuluma ku Saturday. Bobi Wine and the story of Kasoveza.
Bobi Wine and the story of Kasoveza.
Kasoveza is a proverb in Uganda. Kasoveza is a family member who started stealing from the family. Temusobola mukwata. Kasoveza takwatibwa.
Nenga amanyidwa.
Atamanyibwa. Anti abamu family ngate yabbamu ebintu. Tosobola mukwata. Kakati Bobi Wine bwe bamuleeta. The people who are supporting the Democratic Party bali ba NRM. Era abo bapya nkugamba wano kana akatabo Invisible Hand nakawandika nge ennaku z'omwezi for the future will exonerate me dated 19th July 2012. Wow. Yeah, you're right. And I make a precise prediction. Yes. Nakugamba nti this is why nakugamba nti mu government mulimu group says by this time nagali government ya Museveni ilimu group semeka busy. And why they want to remove Museveni. Nagali they know that sooner or later Ugandans will unmask them. The more Museveni stays in power, the political skies are becoming too clear. Ugandans are realizing who are the real thieves and they are paying for their blood. Dr. Besigye also is on the decline. Blaming Museveni and heaping everything on him for political surgical operation is losing ground. Government thieves are like a mobile phone thieves. If one steals a mobile set, he must disappear as soon as possible because if he does not switch it off and it rings, the owner will realize the loss. Or if a search is made, the culprit will be apprehended. This is why they want to overthrow the leader, Museveni, before the population realizes who is the real thief. This is what explains the current political crisis. They know that the mobile phone is about to ring and the owner will soon realize that his phone is missing. Like a telephone thief who gives excuses for his quick departure, these two groups in government are giving silly reasons for Museveni's removal. However, I'll return to this later. One group, you hear, in 2011, one group, elections, one group paid Mao shillings 1.5 billion for the campaign. The same people who were supporting Haji Nasser Ntege Sebagala to take over the party dropped him like a hot potato. They opted for Mao. Remember, Mao had left the DP and ganged up with Agola Award to form another party, the Progressive Party. Mao was rebranded for kakati nkugamba Mao Alliance through bali bagamba. Secondly, this group that invested in the Democratic Party wanted Kenya.
Today wageri ani mubbi wa simu.
Ati nkugambye nti ba mafia balinga babbi ba simu. Baagala Museveni agwe bo basigalewo.
Simu tebagijja.
Anti simu anti wotadduka. Kati you overthrow Museveni, remove him before the people realizes. That's why tukita surgical operation.
So Mao yaliko wa.
Mao yali mu DP. Kakati Mao ngali ne Sebagala. Bana ababo Kenya, the issue was one person reasoned between Museveni and another Westerner, there must be a transitional president who was in Kenya. Another group against Ugandans don't mind about tribes. Ugandans want to chase away Museveni. They want to change. They are not tribalistic. Neman. Kakati atenga ruo. Another group yaba na abavuka abafera ababbi yongera oliza mu sente kyovola bebbi ennyo. Kakati eno group eyali eyagala Mao mu DP nesanga mu kizibu. Semwogerere is a Catholic. Semwogerere ekibira bwe yakivaako ne bakiwa Sebaana Kizito Ananglican but ye Muganda. Kakati Sebaana Kizito abantu bangi baite bamenyi nti Anglican nga bamwita John Sebaana Kizito. If you don't change these Christian names into Uganda or vernacular, abantu bagategeera. Kuba Sebaana teyeyitako Yokaana. Yokaana aba mukristaayo.
John aba mukatoliki.
Yusufu oyo mukristaayo oba musiraamu. Yosefu oyo mukatoliki. Kakati if I remain Joseph amanya agamu abantu kati bamuyitanga John Sebana Kizito. Kati John Sebana Kizito nga mukwano gwa Kardinali Nsubuga nnyo bonna bamamba ate Kardinali Nsubuga yali musuubuzi nga ne Sebana musuubuzi. Kati Sebana did not identify with Anglicans. Many people believed yali mukatuliki. Nange nagenda okukola mu lupapula lwa munno in 1980 Catholic newspaper. Sebana was on the board. Kakati abakatoliki semwogere bwagenda ne baleeta Sebana. Abakatoliki tebategeera Sebana Kizito mukristaayo najja yesimba ku bwapulezidenti n'agwa. Kakati bwagwa ne bagamba nti nedda Sebana bw'avaako tuteeke kaani ne bagamba nedda let us drop the Buganda issue, retain is a Catholic tradition. That's why bwe beesimbawo ne Mao ne Sebaggala egundi yajja na ssente z'NRM najja bagambe mwembale anti mutimwaji temutegeera bintu. Sebaggala bamuwa ssente ayuze mu kibiina kya DP. Kakati Sebaggala ne mugamba nti Muslim ekibiina kya DP ekyazimbibwa bakatolikizi tujja kikulembera.
Muzeyi Tamale awo ni njagala okubuuliza ekibuuzo. Olowooza ekizibu kya political parties
katumale kakati nkugamba kwe kuleeta Mao. Mao is a northerner but a Catholic, but Mao speaks southern gundi ennimi zawo nizo nazimanyi
kuba yagamba ye true definition of Uganda mama we mu western tata we mu northern yasomera
kakati Mao bano ba mafia bo bali baagala Bukenya. Kakati Bukenya ng'ali mu government vice president oli eyayajuwe nga yali mugezi yagamba Westerner cannot succeed another Westerner. That's what I say. Instead of bringing another Westerner, you rather consolidate Museveni. Abantu bayinza kubakkiriza ba Westerner kufuka myaka mirala 5. They cannot accept this. I'm a realist. I'm a realist. You rather support Museveni. That's why nti abantu nga Mugisa Muntu ne Besigye bafeelinze.
Because they come from the west.
They come from the west. Tebayinza kubawa. Naye bino ebintu fe ababyogera mu realistic and I write them. Kakati Mao asanga ekizibu nti bamuleeta mu kibiina kya DP yali akuloosinze ng'ekibiina kivuddemu ng'akoze progressive party n'agula awooli kakati ne bamukomyawo ne bamulibrandinga. Kati Mao bamulibrandinga ne bamugamba yesimbe ku bwa president. Obwa president bamusuubiza biliyoni ezi ne bamuwako emu kitundu ne bamugamba naye tonoonya kalulu. Gwirolo is to legitimize the elections. Kakati Mao, because he is an intelligent man, defied the orders. Ne bamutega akabenje. Nazino tebazimuwa. Kakati nkugamba. Secondly, this group invested in the DP wanted Bukenya for a possible alliance between northern Uganda and Buganda. They did not, however, overlook the West. One of the architects of this Bukenya Mao alliance through the Democratic Party hails from Western Uganda. Ono yabagamba abanyankole banne nti there must be a transition between Museveni, a transitional president who does not come
from the west.
Naye ate olwokubanga naye mugagga ate nga alina influence mu west ye yali amanyi nti even western kuba nabagamba ti ekiri mu Uganda ekizibu kyemutakkiriza tukiyita gradual socialization. A group that has been in power for a long time, bumujijijjako mulundi ogumu erwana. This is the problem of Uganda. When Amin was removed, the Western Nile Bank afloat, they wanted to secede. Political power is like a blanket. Once it is removed from you, you feel it. If the Westerners who have dominated this government for 35 years, temumalaga bajjako bwe batyo. Museveni must give you an ordinary succession. Sikuba kuba bukubi. No. Tekisoboka. Kakati nkugamba. Sokolinde nkugamba. Take care of the interests of the Western tycoons at the exit of the president in case his camp succeed the president. This is why the group paid 200 million to each of the 4 DP MPs who had crossed to Subi to lure them back to the Democratic Party. The Bukenya group reasons that they can get a slice of Buganda votes to have a foothold group in Mengo and share it with the Mbabas in their battle with Museveni. Kakati bano babagulayo Subi yajja Buganda out of it abanamboze ne bagenda basegona ne bagenda ono omugagga yabagulayo million ebyebi ne bakomawo because that time the intention was to consolidate the Democratic Party. Kakati Mao bwe yajja okubabanja tebamusasula balance
1.5 billion.
Mao, I told him, Mao, these people will never give you any money. Why? Because tebagenda kuwa sente name. Why? If I pay a scholar not to shoot into my net and he causes me corner kicks, do I pay you? Corner kicks means you were shooting into my net. I have struggled on my defenders. I have struggled on us and us too. Mafias cannot, like they are like prostitutes. They cannot sell on credit to the same person twice. Malaya taiza kukiza gasoko sasulezili. Hiyo maneno ya jana wapi? Pesa ya jana wapi? Kakati wait. Kakati mu situation yene mpya. Abasajja ne batuula. Nzi kyembagala ko kutuula. I support them. Manyiba ina group 3. Waliwo omuvubuka ajoga ennyo, waliwo omuvubuka buno obubbi, waliwo abasajja abakulu. When I listen to the professor is very useful to this country. Era alonginga nnyo okukola nange. Maybe one day it will happen. Kubanga batransform into a think tank. Balina ideas ennungi. Kakati bwe batuula ne babuuza kakati what next? Museveni has weekend. When Museveni ekirungi kye kyayina, Museveni's enemies underestimate him. When you think that Museveni has lost popularity, then that's when he is strong. Kakati bwe batuula ne bagamba kati bwe batuula ne bagamba nti mumanyi Mao tetumulizimbirako tuleete Bobi Wine. When you read my book, I'm telling you the rise of Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is a creation of the mafias.
Mao yakisookamu ne bamuwako 1.5 billion. Mubiri guli mu election ziri endala. Kakati Mao alowooza ye yabitandika sikola alliance. Besigye ne bamumma sente bamubuulirirawo. Besigye tetujja kuwa sente. Why? Besigye yakola ensobi 3. Besigye was using short term strategies. Kigwa leero neerangira ku bwa president kati birema. Kakati adda ekyokubiri baatula ne Cameroon yali prime minister wa Bungereza ne bamugamba alekere embabazi n'agaana. Kakati that one undermine her financial resources. The mafias cannot give him the money and the international community cannot give him the money. That's why he opted out. Kandi ne Mao nga bamukozesaako ki dda tebayinza mu game taliimu ne baleeta Bobi Wine. Kakati Bobi Wine ekyamuleetesa si kufuga ggwanga. Bobi Wine baamuleeta to popularize their MPs. Baweza abaka mu parliament.
Kakati Bobi Wine musajja mugezi nnyo. Bobi Wine is a chameleon. That's why these people have failed to handle him. Bobi Wine buli stage gyavaako asuula abamuyambi.
Naye bamukozesa naye abakozesa.
Kakati Mao ne bajja bamukola ki ne bamusuula. Mao ye yabisookamu na initiating naye nga ye tebaagala bwe basooka ne bagamba baseggona. Mao aveeko abo bannambooze. Bobi Wine yajje mu ki mu DP. Bobi Wine Katonda yamuyamba. Bano bamuwa sente be bamugjayo ne bamufunya constituency ne bamutwala mu parliament ne bamuguluminga ne bamuwotalinga ne bamunachalenga. Kakati Bobi Wine bwatuuka mu parliament yagenda okulaba popularity engeze ate bano tebasobola kwogera nti waabwe ne batandika movement. That's why I attack Timukula. People think babadde bagamba nti nze I support Bobi Wine because whoever comes out to condemn Bobi Wine Mukula wa Bobi Wine. Era Mukula yabadde avudde Soroti nga azze kutuula mu meeting y'abano vuma buli avuma Bobi Wine Mukula mubuuze. Mukula yabadde azze mu meeting nabano nti amaze okuvuma Bobi Wine eri nti tasobola waaki Museveni abawe ssente bakole campaign. All of those people who reduced Bobi Wine. The issue of reducing Bobi Wine yafa twebaleka mwenda bakamuzeemu eno baakagobye.
How true is
this? Nkubuulira anti nze mmanyi kakati nkubuulira Mukula wa Bobi Wine. Anybody gwolaba avuma Bobi Wine tasobola takola ki baamuleetera loolo ya bubaka bwa parliament era 80% of the MPs bacandidates abali mu people power financed by the mafias. This is why Museveni afolozire kakamutira bwazifolozire yaziwambi tebalina money. Chobola bakasajja badduka kasajja adduka tumwebaza adduka akaunti zaabwe vi bahati vi kakati kyenkugamba nti Mao bano aba Democratic Party bo tebamanya. Their fear is when Semwogerere left, retired, aba DP bayingira mu FDC bagana okuddayo. When Museveni came to power, yayola aba DP. Dr. Semwogerere yali Minister of Foreign Affairs. Gundi Zakalulumu yali Secretary wa DP, organizing DP, namuwa Minister. Kitaliko yali Secretary wa DP, Museveni namuwa Minister. Evariste Nyanzi yali omwanika DP, Museveni namuwa Minister. Semana Kizito yali Deputy wa Semwogerere, Museveni namuwa Minister. Museveni borrowed the money power from the Democratic Party. Why? The peasants of Bulwer could not provide the leadership to cheat a political power borrowing. Museveni borrowed the power from the Democratic Party without forming an alliance. Kakati Semwogerere agenda kukibalanga against, but Museveni na consolidating himself. Kakati bana ba DP bali worried nti nabagambi nti because the media supports the opposition, Mao's presidential bid it cannot stand. Why? With whom are you going to form a government if you are to win? When your president, your deputy has crossed Bobi Wine, when your secretary general has crossed Bobi Wine, when you kakati kubulira power kije bayina ku basajja abo DP agenda kukola kiterina. In fact Mao kye yali kozena yennyini to join the Bobi Wine battle. Yes.
Yagamba recently kuno ministry yagamba nti ensonga lwaki balawo okusubmitinga bali basubira nti maybe there would be a coalition.
Ati yete yategeera Mao mufumula tebamwagalamu bamukozesaako dda n'aleeta olugezigezi. Kati mu kibalo kyabwe tali
ku nsonga ya political parties. Bw'otunulira political parties zonna ze tulina wano e Uganda, most of them they are either affiliated to an individual or tribe or religion. Yensonga lwaki tuzana tezikola. Bw'olaba nti FDC eri affiliated to Canon Dr. Kizza Besigye, NRM eri affiliated to General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Chivula bamisawo bisanga sol
kakati ani mu Uganda
DP eri affiliated to religion.
Mu Uganda ekibi kye tulina, when you look at the political parties and their originality, zibeera ku ne original base, they are ideological. Workers, liberals, the Democratic Party mu America, Republicans, bibaako ne gundi. Kakati ffe ebibiina byaffe byali byantalo tyati independence. Abazungu batugamba the only method we know of governing a country is through political parties, form political parties. DP nga y'Abakatuliki, eriya nga y'Abakristaayo, UPC. Kakati ate president bwajja ya missing opportunity okukola political party eyiye. Najja agamba abantu TNRM is temporary, you can join a temporary marriage. Tiwali. Kakati ne Museveni yennyini nga yavuddewo ku makya NRM tebeera wate tekiriwasi nnyo.
Isn't that a problem in this country? Naddala nga tuli mu multi-political dispensation.
Yes. Anti kakati ekiriwo nti mu nsi yonna kakati we don't need dominant political parties. No. We need coalitions ziziseving eggwanga. Olowooza mulwana ne NRM. NRM is a unique kid. You cannot have a party. That's why NRM flouts the constitution nga bweyagala n'egikyusa. Why? Abaakola constitution baateekamu two-thirds majority ne referendum ebyetagisa referendum byonna NRM ebiyina. You wait when NRM goes.
Ababaka parliament abayina.
We wait. If Museveni goes, enjawulo ya tebeerawo lwansonga abaana NRM yazimbirwa ku temporary with the hope tituliddayo mu byobufuzi. Do you know why? Abajulizi baabatta Uganda Matters. Waliwo Katikkiro nga bamuyita Mukasa. Katikkiro Mukasa was a traditionalist, yali musamize. Kakati yenga eddiini zino deliberate propaganda yaziyita eddiini yennyini. These are visiting religions. At one time like any visitor they will depart. That's why the Busamize have remained here. Abasamize batunuulira eddiini zino nti one day zijja kukola ki. They will depart like with the Europeans. Abazungu lunagenda nga nazo zigenda. That's why abazungu balwanyisa nnyo traditional gundi Busamize bwabalema. Because tebulina seminariyo tebulina ki. Buli omu abusomesa ewaka. Tebulina system. nga people power slogan tuyinza gikuba muzimu kati mwawe kyalina okukola ne Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is facing a challenge. A challenge which is being faced by Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is also has a challenge. One, if all your MPs and chairpersons, candidates belong to, are financed by the mafia gang, who pays the piper, controls the tune. Two, if Bobi Wine, as he is going to fail in his presidential bid, what is his future between now and 2026?
At least if he fails, I never come parliament.
Anti chenkubuulira si babe.
Bamafia.
Nkugayi ne bamafia nabo babalabu. Waliwo n'omulenzi. Omulenzi abalabubi. Balina amasente amakutiya ge bataddemu babaka ba parliament naki. Let me tell you. How can you make a man rich? A poor man rich. N'asigala ng'akyakuwulira. Look what marriage is. When you look at many marriages, the moment a woman is elevated to a higher level obufumbo bufa. Kakati kyenkubuuza omubaka wa parliament gw'omutaddemu sente zo ze babba mu education billion meka to finance mbu bakontrolinge ababaka ba parliament n'ekikoza district. How will you control a man you have enabled to be rich? Omufugo otya? Yes, era nze kitange principle yenkolerako tatange yaŋŋamba tikasita mukazi wo abeera elevated above you oba ku mwembi marriage efa. Kazibwe special years awandi ya Kazibwe when she became appointed vice president yasaba president at the swearing ceremony, Mr. Your Excellency, allow me to take the oath with my husband. Kazibwe is a married woman. The moment because we deviated from that image, we call it guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing means before you join politics, you must cut an image. Nti Mirundi yakubira mu studio tegaba mawulire. Mirundi yatambula n'ennyundo tegaba mawulire. Mirundi yatambula n'ekirumala kya siri n'aba police bagisaakinga emmotoka yange ne bakiraba endereya. You are developed on arrogance. Kakati tukitagira marketing. Nti Matembe yize mulokole. You get a picture of Matembe ng'ava mu ssabo taddamu kwogera. Mbabazi is Mr. Clean. Implicate him in a scandal. Finished. Bukenya yekazanyiriza akisinga abakazi ne bwaba kisinga n'akisinga bani tagwa kubanga the public is used. Kale nkubuulira nti bano abakozesa ssente nti batwala abaka ba parliament. Bobi Wine naye bamukozeseza bwereere because Bobi Wine's argument alina okusomesa ebbiri. One, Bobi Wine believes nti party esobola muyimirizaawo nga mmawe bwebadde muyimirizaawo. DP ebadde inayo ababaka 10 na bameka ndoza 14. Kati ababaka abo Museveni olwokuba Museveni tekimwewunyako. Anybody who thinks that Museveni is a dictator, I laugh at him. Why? Who is he? Dictators cannot create several centers of authority. How many centers of authority do we have in Uganda? Quite many. You have failed. A dictator orders. But you look at Kampala. Kampala is an authority, but a unique authority with elected directors. Do you have an authority where directors are elected? No, obote ya dominating anga minister local government ya nominate. Two, Museveni n'ategeera nti ebibiina bino byetaagibwa naye kyange wanudde kiyinza okubeera mulimbo nibaleeta etteeka ly'ebibiina where a party gets money. NRM kati mu strength yaayo eyinza okufuna billion 4 anti kyenkubuulira tikakati n'obubiina buno obutono bufunayo kakati mawo azimbye ekitebe kya DP ekyalema Semwogere ne Beni. He can afford to have staff at the headquarters because of the 14 MPs. Kakati when we chuka nti abe FDC bakyuse ne balage wa Mugisha Muntu, the money continues to go to FDC until another election. Kakati njagalo, I want your analogy. Kakati Bobi Wine ekyo bwaba kyalowooza nti ajja kubeera national chairman atule ku headquarters ate nga mu parliament aliyo nga bano sibabe bagenda kutuula sibabe abakolera naye sibabe baabano era bwe kankubuulira anti nkubuulira nti yakitudde n'akirowooza nti bano sibabe. Let me tell you, Bobi Wine mu mutunuulye ekitandi ye, that's where Inanga has lost to Bobi Wine. The Bobi Wine ali bwati Bobi Wine bali bamukula bamwagalako kubanoonyeza babaka ba parliament. Bobby Wine, nobody has abused Bobby Wine for campaigning for Mukula Mafi. Yabadde avudde Soroti nga ze basisinkana. Abasajja ne bamugoberera okuva emukono. Ayingira ofiisi ye ku Diamond Trust abaagala binti yafumye Bobby Wine. Yayitidde manju mu toyi n'adduka n'addayo Soroti on Saturday. Ask him.
Miso yamukutte.
Era bagambye mwe musajja talina byuma ayina mayembe. Mukula meeting teyagirinyemu ekololo. Yatemye butemi. Abasajja yavudde Soroti yabadde wa kunyinyina bamulinda ku kisaawe kololo. Abambadde galubindi. Naye abo si ba Bobby Wine. Hapana. Baba no. Mulimu obulala abakolera. Mukula yatemye emisindo okudde Soroti. On Saturday, he arrived around midday. Kusawa munana yabadde adduse. Kigumaza. Let me tell you. Anti nkugamba. As long as Bobby Wine campaigns for MPs, the police does not interfere with him. Recently, I had an opportunity of talking to one of the most powerful people in the security. Nimba Bulira. Nimba Gama, you look at this pattern. When Bobby Wine goes to an area where these people want their local MP or Waba Mafia, Gobata people power, Bobby Wine to Bamukuba tear gas. Bobby Wine is subject to tear gas in an area. Etali wabu when aremu agwe. Nti kakati nkubulira enanga police tell us. Bobby Wine was dispersed from Luuka. Anti bulira at that time. Bobby Wine goes back to Luuka. What had changed?
Nothing.
He changed what?
Nothing.
The rally, the first rally, Bobby Wine addressed, which was dispersed by the police. And the rally he recently addressed peacefully. And Anga tell us the difference.
Tugenda kudda kawo.
Enanga.
Ya DP olwensonga
kakati eyo DP yakirize.
Bagenda kolaki.
Bayingire wa Bobby Wine. Yes.
DP gajisulya ddala.
Anti nkubulidde oba mawa asirike. Kati nze one of my wives ye wa mawa. Atajja kuyitamu. Bayina gye bali. They cannot, it is embarrassing. It is embarrassing. In fact, what they have done, but again, no. And a general meeting is Jakubagoba. Kubaba violence is a rules of party. You cannot quarrel with the success. You beat the goals through, you vice war, and what a year of Jola. You numbers the goals through. Yes, opportunistically, has changed the political parties. Ate era Bobby Wine bwana atuuka waba nabo muze babomba manyi basegona banimba manyi bayina gye bakiika mbamanyi DP block ate oyo omwana nga bwe nkugamba ti Bobby Wine is a chameleon bamukolera ekibiina ky'obufuzi oyo ogundi ani balamu yagenda n'ablocking ekibiina kya people power n'akirigisitalinga n'alowooza nti ayina kyabamukolera pati.
Weewaawo njala tweyongereyo n'emboozi endala ejakuzaama olunaku olw'eggulo omuli eya NUP offices za National Unity Platform eziri mu Northern Region ku luguudo lwa Timothy Oki zaalumbiddwa abavubuka olunaku olw'eggulo. Bano nno babadde bakutte ebipapula n'ebipapula bye tuyita placards. Then badde bambadde n'obwero obumyufu ku mitwe gyabwe nga beekalakasa bagamba nti we don't want corruption. Bagamba we want Lina as a trigger out. We want our money. We hate tribalism. We want equality. Bobby Wine respond.
That's rubbish.
We balumbye office.
Abalemi.
Batutela laptop
bajimenye. They are stupid. They are idiots.
Tebakomyawo. Bakoze ebikolo biri bingi nnyo. Babadde banywa enjaga mu lwatu. Bakutte ebisi.
Ebyo tebikyakola. Let me tell you. Anti nkubulidde nti Bobby Wine is a chameleon. Bwe batatunuulira Bobby Wine nze ndi confident ku Museveni why. I see open indicators Museveni is going to win. That one I know. Why? Tewali muntu awola muntu sente n'ayagala afe. By this time, in the face of this Bobby Wine storm, are you seeing NRM supporters, big wigs, closing or retiring?
NRM big wigs.
Obalaba bagenda. If the president is going to lose the power, basigala munga ba independent. That is an indication that Museveni has a future. In American tradition, a president of a country cannot address Congress 3 months before his election. Ate mulira nchenkubulira njogera kyange ejengere jibwa nti European Union to go to Museveni to talk about Southern Sudan. Have they done the same to Bobi Wine? This is a stabilizer. Museveni is a stabilizer in the region. They would say, oh, if this man is in trouble and is about to go, why don't you wait another government? It's an indication that Museveni is here. Look, whenever he goes, nabe unyiza. Nti bakadaga bamusabumitingira ki byebagala kukola. And these are informed people here on the ground. Why? Bamanya kyali. Ekyokusatu nti Museveni tebanagenda wantu wonna ne Bobi Wine gyalaga ne bagati sente tezajja. Bobi Wine yagenda e Bududa, sente Prime Minister's office yazibba, relocating people. Museveni would have ordered Lugunda to go to Bududa and explain.
Enyumba tebazizimba.
Emwa anti ziriwa. Because Bobi Wine nkugambe ti Bobi Wine ayina tactics. Bobi Wine is following already program. Bobi Wine olutuuka wali ne bamugamba nti wayi eno ennyumba yawana amatafaali amakyamu gali wano wabomola. Kakati yabalema. Your Excellency, they have come to see a musician. You are an idiot. They have not come to see a musician. If they are interested in seeing a musician, take her there and see whether you will follow these grounds. Okudira ebifaananyi nimuteeka ebifaananyi ku electoral commission anywa enjaga akola atya. What about Mukula who was recent, who had a stint in Ruzira over what? Was it a political matter or safety? Bobi Wine has never gone to prison over safety. Kakati ebibyo nebya busiru mbakuba bukubi abo abo batutira kalwezo mbwa polisi yati kubye ne badduka. Those are idiots. Anti nkubuulidde nti babagamba omwana omuwala nga nze baŋŋamba abo abasiru nti ndi mulalo kabusenga nankuba mawulire. They have called my mother to witness my mental check. Vrema biko abusenga nja mufulumya kabada teremera mulyango kabada teremera munju enko teremera kunte kamuse nja mubafulumene kulu nze singwa kunsi
togena mugira ko
kakati nkubula atoyogera yetoyogera gasiya na yatu joyininge febe yatwalanga tituyinami lwacha hanga mana ati omuguwa kakati bamvuma my popularity increased unprecedented. To call me a madman does not affect my popularity. Why? I'm not mad. Who are you to say? Ate obusiru bwabwe obukuwagwa buno ate ne bugamba mbu atali ko kake kajjeto. Have I been created by Mutabika? You were stupid, you idiots. Stick to one thing. Can you deal with the madman? Kakati, however much you malign Bobi Wine, the issue of maligning has gone. Nebo munaleta bafanana batya, nebo munaleta abakazi. Nemuga nti Bobi Wine yanzala ku omwana maligning Bobi Wine now has beyond maligning level. Bobi Wine has gone maligning level. Omusambi w'omupiira omulungi kasamala okutumesi natuuka mu penalty area you handle him properly. Leave Bobi Wine with the political players, not the idiots. Tolima ongogondi yes. Ebyo byabusiru nti ebifaananyi anywa enjaga akole. Why did the electoral commission create a person who is a marijuana smoker? Are you more important than the electoral commission? The moment you see for us someone on demand, abana bange bawasiza bakolezi. If I have a struggle against my future daughter-in-law and I lose, I reconcile. Bobi Wine ebiseera ebyo tulina etteeka moral turpitude. Did they include morals for a presidential candidate? Where is the law to talk about moral issues? You are stupid, you are idiots. That campaign cannot affect Bobi Wine. Omwana omuwala bw'aba determined nti agenda kufumbirwa musajja ne bamugamba nti baloga ne bamugamba nti alina siriimu.
The motive is to weaken Bobi Wine.
Kyebata kyasobola. Bobi Wine every time omanyi lokati eyo bw'eba egenda bw'etuuka ng'emala kati Mosifeya alina byesuula. Kakati Bobi Wine bano baamutandika ne bamuleeta mu parliament. Kakati nga Bobi Wine yo gavumenti neetategeera ti they are making Bobi Wine ne bawera galaazi ze ne bamusaba ejeketinga ku tocha. Kakati abantu ne bategeera president n'amwanukula mu missive. How can Museveni respond to a matter raised by marijuana smoker? Ebyo byaggwawo Bobby Wine police name quarter to help them rehabilitate the youth. Where were these idiots who are attacking his office? Eje yavayo. Kakati it doesn't leave we. In fact, Bobby Wine is helping himself so much. Why? When Bobby Wine goes to Bududa, the president should tell the prime minister to go and explain to the Bududa people
what happened
to their money and houses. What about their land? Because Museveni gave them the money. If Museveni goes to Teso, Mukula should not raise his ugly head. He should allow people, because Mukula should allow people to explain. Centers of Amuka boys is Alagawa, Balo boys. Mukula should answer. I used to see Mukula at Parliament, donning a military party and a pistol. Where is their money? Before you attack a Bobby Wine, where is the money of the Alu boys? Where is the money for the Amuka boys? Where is the money for restocking in Teso? Didn't Museveni release the money for the restocking? Are you not the vice chairman of that area?
Eastern region.
Did Bobby Wine is marijuana smoking stop you from? Did you smoke with him? Kakati awonituvaawo. Nkugambye nti everywhere Bobby Wine goes, ye ajampinga ku kiriwo. N'otegeera the role of opposition kwe kuwumula emisumaali mu mabaati. The role of government kusiba party. We are still having 1 month. Kakati ojja otunuulira ekintu ekirala nalabye nti ogenda kyogerako. Who is helping who? But me, I come from Chotera. I know Chotera very well. The incident in which an Elam supporter died is 20 miles away where Kasolo is alleged to have addressed an irregularly. If Kasolo addressed an irregularly, or even these people addressed an irregularly, the people who killed this man, an Elam supporter, were in plain clothes, armed with guns, but he reported their presence to the police post in the area. Kakati kyenewuunya be leaders be NRM nenanga. How much do you take, how much fuel do you take to drive to Nakatogo? Nakatogo is only 20 miles from here. Nakatogo, this is where the incident happened. The problem in Iraq is this, in Chotera. Chotera is one constituency district. Kasolo was a councillor. Kakati is tussling it out with the chairman LC5. Kisekulu bali bawamu ne bawukana. Kakati Kisekulo group has ganged up against Kasolo. They also address rallies, illegal rallies. But the media captures only Kasolo. Kasolo said, yes, you are an idiot. If Kasolo's directive that if you kill an NRM, we also kill you, that is in force. How come that the NRM man was killed by the police? Who came to disperse? The person who died is an NRM supporter. Kakati banu, badi saminga Kasolo. Kuba Kasolo is now the face of NRM in the district. Bakuba Kasolo. Nebalumumba nabo bakola statement nebe inanga. No. Look what a drunkard, the wisdom of a drunkard. When a drunkard is drinking beer and a battle ensues, they do two things. Other people separate them. Kubanga the woman is concerned with if they don't, the two of them are forced out to settle their different things. One should use the other. Kakati, if I'm in Anga, I'm the Inspector General of Police, I'm a Secretary General of Mumba, even the President Ranga, I hear Ranga Kasolo. No, if the President shouldn't ring Kasolo, the President and would send a delegation, an independent team to the area for fact-finding mission. But when Yenanga says, he repeated it several times, Tugenda kwata Kasolo, mukwate kola be. You are disarming NRM. You are killing NRM Yenanga. This is reverse psychology. No, let me tell you. The political elections are comparable to a war. In a war, when you sign a ceasefire agreement, all of the parties must observe a ceasefire. We have what I could compare to a ceasefire agreement is the electoral law. Is it only NRM that is violating, or even Bobby Wine is violating?
For all of them?
Yes.
Actually, all of them.
Yes. Bobby Wine is also violating, but The media has made it in such a way that Bobi Wine, the law does not affect Bobi Wine. The law affects the government people. That's why they concentrate on Kasolo. No. Kasolo is addressing irregularities, yes, but even his opponents are addressing irregularities. So if another...
Is he trying to neutralize the...
What do? We had the peaceful agreement in Nairobi. Do you know why it broke down? Museveni insisted that Okello's soldiers should stop killing the people, which Okello could not do. Museveni moved his soldiers to Katonga and cut off Uganda into 2 parts. Okello came back protesting, I cannot preside over, attend peace talks when Uganda is divided into South Korea and North Korea. Museveni went ahead. Narunda government ya Chigongo. And eventually peace talks zagwa. The Kenyan soldiers who were supposed to be peacekeepers came back and went back because the agreement was violated. In this case, the first offenders were NRMs. Yes, mukamyufu kabwe violating a law. This professor, I hear that he teaches BA flat, Tango Doi. Tango Doi, I don't know whether Tango Doi is a lecturer, is a professor of political science. I doubt.
What am I doubting?
Yes, I'm doubting. The way he does things. The problem was created by Tango Doi. When Tango Doi was asked by the journalist what punishment is going to be meted out to NRM people who are violating the law, he said, we shall subject them to disciplinary measures. I said, this is not a matter between the party and the member. This is a law. Arraign them before court. You can use your influence for court to caution them.
I get you, Mzee Tamale.
It was beyond the party. Wow. Kakati, when the NRM violated the ceasefire, this one was also got advantage. And the police is caught up. It means, I'm telling you, the Inspector General of Police is not in charge. Every DPC has his orders. How can a DPC of Umbalala, I doubt his academic credentials? How? Where do you find in history a passenger charged for a crime committed by a driver? Amriyat was a passenger. The man was riding a border was different. Who would we see in the court? You need a promotion. Why don't you go? Take this money of Umbalala. Take this money of Umbalala for a traffic cost. I will pay the money. You, the police, does not have the money to take this man. The elementary traffic management. Where do you find it? And I see lawyers keeping quiet. A lawyer? Amriyat the passenger. I will say. Kwa musajja driver bwanaddukanga nadduka nga bakwatatikadde mu takisi osi DPC Mbalala oye ju he needs a promotion. He needs a course in elementary trafficking management.
Tubalabye lwatu nga olaba DPC w'ekitundu olaba RPC wa region nga ye mwenye tasola kola decision abera ku simu.
Yes, because because they have failed to follow the rules. What does the electoral law say? It would have been saturated to all the DPCs, but because the DPCs are under the influence of the local mafias, Bobi Wine can address a rally in Luwucha. You see, there are two things you don't know. When your rally flops, before you address a new one, you must go back to the electoral commission to change your calendar. Where did Bobi Wine get the permission to go back to Luwucha?
Have I not put them electoral commission by amending roadmap?
Yes. Wow. Two, if Bobi Wine was moving with these wanted Kanyamas, did the police need the enforcement? Why did the police wait to arrest these people after Bobi Wine had entered the Kamuli? Bade bagala kutabulu wakadaga. Buli wabakubatiyaga
olinga gamba
police inabwekolera. Media inabwekolera. Tebakolera Museveni. When the president goes to Kamuli, tell the people I have no problem with my sister. Tomorrow the police gets an excuse to power tear gas in Kamuli.
Bobi Wine
Inanga. You see, propaganda is the packaging of facts. I will first get the facts. But these people, yes, we are going to arrest Kasolo. Why don't you arrest the other man who is also addressing irregularities? Why do you concentrate on Kasolo? Because you want Kasolo to fail. You want the other man, the people who are money to go to win.
No, I don't think
and
so.
To disarm, kubanga omusajja abadde abagamba nti bannanga ab'NRM temufayo nange eno gyendi ne Museveni amukubita esimu ne Lumumba amuwoga. That's why me I don't work in the secondary and structure.
I don't think issue ya kubi
singa nali nkolera under structure ne njogera ku mubbi nga mukula avuma abantu kati nalweso yali kubi esimu gikubirani you got to nobody can ring my number. Nobody. I'm free as a bird in the air. So bala nabadukako.
Police
mwena mutomanya gukolera. He infiltrated.
Police nze ndaba issue si yakola ki si yakunafiya Kasolo. Police has always been castigated okera nani party.
Anti kyenkubulira.
Babadde balumba
Kasolo address yerale in Rwankone. These people address another irregularity in Nakatogo. I know the areas. About 20 miles each. Kasolo was not away. In fact, I've heard about Kasolo. I've perused this room as machines. I've brought machine young. I put abantu bonna abo ba DPC bani abo ba Kisekulo bani ba Kasolo. Nina ne audio ani yakambye munne. Yani yasindise mbayina. Zisisagirwako.
Ninga wakati wange nayo tukimanye nti Kasolo procession yakoze yabadde emenya.
Olaba jo yesterday
maybe
I was restrained because I was editing my book. Nandengera genda mpiji kulumba court. Abasajja ababbi ababadde babba abantu ne babawa sente ne bazibajjako nga bakutte omusajja bamutute mu court n'omulamuzi atudde. Omulamuzi nandengera kufubutulamu. And I'm going to write to the Chief Justice to remove that impeachment. The people are going to pounce on him. How can a gang of thieves be helped by a judicial official to steal his house? Bamuwadde said, wano nabawanera ngangenda makindi kubakubirayo nga badira emmotoka ne bagisiiga langi endala using court officials. Omulamuzi bwe yawulira nti njogedde wano omusango n'agwevuga n'adduka singa nakusangawo. Let us use mob justice. If the judicial fails, how can a judge sit, a magistrate sit with a group of thieves who would be arrested? Kabati mbagamba no, it takes two to tango. Enanga should understand enanga. Let me buy fuel for you. You got to anti nedda bombi baviolatinga. Kasolo zikurubu anti enanga jeye ekintu kimu akuba Kasolo.
Issue si yakuba Kasolo.
We have called Kasolo to make a statement. No, make also the other people. Your opposition people who are also intimidating people in my constituency. Otherwise, I will go there and create more trouble for you. Be impartial. Yes. And you see, mutamanyi nabagamba wano kana kataba nakawandika ddi nakawandika nabo written on Monday 25th November 2013. This book is a personal gift to myself to mark my birthday. Nazali wabiri mutano. Nkugamba nti NRM kale nakawandika 2013 nembaga nti NRM bagikubya propaganda. Mu propaganda tulina ebigambo bisatu. Reverse psychology ekubaba n'obama nawo. Deception ekubaba n'obama nawo. Amini yayogera nnyo imperialism. Imperialism kitegeeza nti omuntu addira obwongo bwe n'abunaaza n'omutumya nga kyakola kyekituufu. Akoza obwongo. Kakati bino nabaga nti luupu abamawulire enzanya gye babazannyamu abo abamawulire bemuyita bemuwa sente kati kasunze kazzeeyo bwagenze ne bubba omusajja $2 billion nabukuba nabubajjako polopate zaabo nabujjako nabukuba ate nja bukuba nnyo bwabbye sente zaffe eza ddadi era bukuba mbumalewo nene bukuba budduke kati kadduse kagenze wa Bobi Wine kubanga eno zikalemye okubba akawagira Bobi Wine kabadde kayise mukula batuule bombi mukula bwe namukubye mukula yabaga nti abanga omusajja ndabye nga nzija nzizeeyo nkugamba The role of the media, propaganda as a tool of destruction and deception.
Destruction and
yes,
deception.
The role of the media is to create Bill 13, Bill 16. The role of the media was to create deception, protecting Mbabazi's allies as if to cover or justify their ambitions and cover corruption deals. It has been the role of the Mbabazi allied media, like Kabushenga, to detect where there is money. They also create negative stories about their targets and isolate them from the public. When they sense that they are likely to lose a lucrative deal to their rival, they subject him or her to negative propaganda in order to lose the deal. This explains why ministers allied to Mbabazi are very wealthy, Kati Mbabazi Mujemu, because their corruption scandals are never exposed to the public. Kasabategera nti awaliwo sente gaba kujjawo. Nassali, a woman who presided over a project over $100 million. N'omuvunaana mbu yabbye miliyoni 35 n'omugyamu kifu nabamutwala mu kangaroo court. It is a corruption court. It stinks corruption. It is not an anti-corruption court. Omukazi abadde mu ministry ya gender ne baleeta sente okuva ebweru foreign money ne baagala bazibbe basibaye bakulemu ennyumba. The woman was arraigned before the anti-corruption court. Omukazi abadde mu gender gwe baagobye omusoga gye bakutwala ne bakusiba ono naye tuyinza okumobilizinga abantu ne bagirumba ne banno ne bagiddukamu. It is not an anti-corruption court. It is a corruption court. It is a kangaroo court. The case is not proceed. Court zaabwe teziproceedinga. Kati bakutwalayo ng'ekifo bakyetwala nga sente bazibba. Kabaka wet. I can enumerate 100 cases. Nkugamba. Another role the media plays in this plot is to aid deception. Deception has been used maximally. Mbabazi allied media would always shift the debate from the real issue to something else to confuse the public. For example, when Dr. Kizza Besigye launched his Walk to Work crusade, police asked him to notify them. However, media changed this to mean that the government did not want Dr. Besigye to address political rallies. They were different. It applies to Bobi Wine. The government is not preventing Bobi Wine from addressing rallies. What they want before they violated the ceasefire themselves was that you needed only 200 people because of COVID-19, because the electoral law was subjected, merged with COVID-19 Health Act. Kakati, the police fails to tell you, we are not preventing this man, we are waiving this law, but it must cut across. N'abalala bakole ki? Mubagane. Kakati yo gama uli yeshe gakola. Gakugamba. The police was telling Bobi Wine, was telling Besigye, don't move in Kampala. Kampala is a business city, center. Don't go in public places. Besigye ngagana. Kakati Besigye wagana ugenda yine bamukuba tear gas. The public believes in Tibamugana. No. Tebanamugana agenda. I always use simple similes. If you come to me and I tell you, I'm Sheikh Mirundi, do you want to marry my daughter? Are you Christian converted into Islam? Because as a Muslim, I cannot allow you to take my daughter to produce bakafir. Have I denied it a marriage to my daughter? Convert to Islam. But if I say, even if you convert to Islam, you will not marry my daughter. If Bobi Wine is in Rwanda, you want to address rallies in designated areas. Is there a quarrel? Constitutional Square was declared a free place. Kayogola was approached by the Barokole, Nebamugam, Twagalo Kuba Holale. First lady again, Mugenyo Kayogola Yagan, this is not, police cannot allow you. Did the first lady force her way there? No. Give somewhere else, go to the church. Kakati the police and the security fails to explain because of deception. The public, the church leaders, they don't understand this. That we are not denying you. This is deception. Kakati bo ono bano nti bano egundi wanudde nagenda mu nsiko eyo ne tuwulya omwana nga bamukuba ekiro bamukubemba bagamba muwuli abaganda kye babakola mu nsiko kumakya nitubuuza omusajja Kamanda yatugamba nti omwana oyo yavudde mu kibira n'agenda e Kampala. What if ajja ne ba rebels? They had a directive nga toyingira nkambi yabayekera misana. Kakati gwo violatinze eki gwawulira ekiro nga tebana. That's why the Baganda have a very good proverb. Tosala kwa kawala nga tonawulira gwani. Listen to both parties. Kakati nkugamba nti the two are completely different. Police like elsewhere has the right to guide those who want to address rallies or organize processions. Buli muntu yenna akumba mu kibuga afunamu omuserikale wa polisi oba bandi agoberera. Ate polisi neremwa. I can help them to retrieve the footages. Sebagala divide the police orders n'agenda naisa n'abantu bwayisa agenda kuba enkuyo lole yabasabala wafaaga defying tebamuvunaana causing death. Abaana Abaganda nga beera oluguudo balagawa mbubesi enkyakeera alagaluddawa emmotoka bazisiimuuza lulimi Baganda bajja kufa. Those are illiterates. Ekifaananyi kyabunne kakati nkubuulira nti poliisi teyina capacity is a fire brigade police. Inangazi department is a fire brigade. They don't prepare. You call it inoculation theory. I can give all of the newspapers. Even the electoral commission can give advertising newspapers. Why do Ugandans agree? We have hosted 2 American presidents. We have hosted 2 popes. Why do Ugandans accept diversions of routes and roads? Recently, Namugongo mwabagamba tewajja kubeerayo mikolo. Namugongo people, some people rely on that day, the week that proceeds in Namugongo. Sure. Did you see demonstration there? They knew you marketed this well. COVID-19. Even the churches joined you to say yes, we are not going to celebrate as usual. It was the churches. Because of you don't have credibility. True. Get people like yes.
Bobby Wine avuddeyo n'agamba nti police emudiverting okuva ku public roads emuyisa muzipanya with an intention of causing a harm.
Ate takimanyi. Bobby Wine takimanyi. The police would restrict the Bobby Wine in the main road. He has their adverse, he has what. But when you take a Bobby Wine in the villages, are you not exposing him to the public?
Police chekola yefumita
I cannot. If Bobby Wine will encourage them. Why were these people fighting tooth and nail to switch me off on every media institution? They knew that give Mirundi permission, he will destroy us as I have done. The mafia fellowship is no more, but it includes who is who. That's why Mwenda said this man does not have machines. Has witchcraft. I do have witchcraft. And
why you have both?
He tested it. Mwenda no kuti honi Mwenda yatomera embizi ina amayembe motoka inagimalawo. Mwenda akugamba nti omusajja mulogo ate nanda bange yatulaba mu motoka fendinga njimu nayi nga tutudde tunyumya nabuze human what are you looking for in my car kakati atagenda okulaba yatomera embizi eriko amayembe motoka ya milioni 5 negwawo tekuli insurance bwoba mujja mu ddwaliro lwamutwala mu ddwaliro yasanga ntudde ku kitanda nakwata ekitanda kinyweza ndi uyo musajja mulaba yabanyumizizza neggolo nenseka with the witchcraft that man does not joke with the witchcraft the man is a witch.
So
n'abagamba mbwezo bagambye Museveni bagambye Museveni ebyuma yabireeta mbw atusikeyali atukola ki every time he says I will crush the opposition. I will crush the opposition. That's why we fear Mirundi. Mirundi moves with the hammer and he can smash you.
Katunyonga tugenda mukumulako.
Kakati Bobi Wine bamukolera.
Okumutwala mu nsiko bamukolera. Omugole omumpi ayambala kakondo. To be seen by the public. People struggle to see the mugole. But when he's going to fetch water the next day, bali bagala mugole omugole abeera ku raised platform kati Bobi Wine bamujja mu trading center gye bamumanyi ne bamutwala mu byalo ali gwe batwala yo katono nnyo nga tugenda mukuumulako.
Polisi juu.
Mzee Tamale nga tugenda mukuumula.
Njagala gwe nkubuuze. Olaba gwalera eyo amasaba agazimbibwa mu luggya. Originally in Buganda's tradition, the shrines were built in front of the houses. And it was the official religion. Kakati today, amasaba bagakweka. Today, abakiza mu wiki bagakweka. If the government says, do you know what we should do? Let us direct the Masabo people to construct them in a plan so that everybody sees them that they are witches and Baba look at these pastors. Buli pastor gwe baga nti mulogo ekanisa y'ejjulu. Africans want witchcraft. Look at Archbishop of Miringo. Miringo became Archbishop of Lusaka at the age of 35. Ngali mu bazungu 10 ba bishop mwenda. N'atandika okukola ebyobulogo. Papa ne bamugamba ng'ekanisa ejjulu awonya. Papa ne baga nti mutumanyi ba Africans n'amuleeta Vatican. N'amuwa ekereziya. Ne ekereziya nga abazungu tebajejjulamu. Okubalogolola. It was until Emmanuel thought that he could get a church of his own, the Reformed Catholic Church, which failed. Attracted the media, but he's in America. What was making him was a rebellious bishop in the Vatican. The moment the Pope deflocked him, he failed. Kati yenkubuuza Bobi Wine omuyisa mu byalo si yafunamu. Yafunamu. Kubanga abantu bategeera bajje muba mumanyi olete
katono nnyo
if you are looking for new converts to convert to Islam, do you go to the mosque or away from the mosque? Onoonya basiraamu abantu abanayingira obusiraamu obanoonya mu muzikiti. Polisi oye polisi juu. No, Bobi Wine is no longer. In fact, I said it is the interest of government, especially Afendem Halls, to provide security for Bobi Wine. Bobi Wine is no longer a domestic matter. Bobi Wine is an international matter. A global matter. That's what Mukula doesn't know. If Mukula dies today, whether in an accident or is shot dead, cannot cause us chaos. Bobi Wine can cause us chaos. Cowardice. You see cowardice. Targeting Bobi Wine is a wrong option. And I told you, Museveni does not believe in political assassinations. Nobody, nowhere has an opponent has been assassinated and the government survives. Nabaga nti Philippines, Marcos yali akkiriza political reforms. N'akkiriza ne opposition leaders bakomewo. On years away from USA, Aquino was assassinated at Manila International Airport. What happened?
Government
to survive, Marcos was helped by American Marines who landed in his state house in an helicopter. What followed up? An angry mob went and collected his wife from the kitchen and was sworn in as the next president. Marcos fled. Rwanda, Banu, radicals, Bagan cookies at the Arusha agreement. The Habyarimana is weakened. They started the genocide. Bamodareti kutuzi bonnani babatta. Agasa Ungerimana yali prime minister bamutana babiri 10 her bodyguards. They supported the government from Kigali to Kigalama. What thousands of them have died in exile. They fled the country. Assassination. What about Rakiduku Ferdinand, who caused the First World War? As political assassination don't help. Therefore, may I praise the government, and if it was an initiative from the president, Bobi Wine is an opponent. Who must be treated very well like a Moko. Bobi Wine must be treated like a Moko. Muganda family.
Atukomewo nembozi endala ezakuzama oli ninga nkakasa nti Mpuku na Joseph Tamale Mirundi akyali mpaka sawa zinawira ddala ssaawa 5. Amanya nze Simon Chris Makanga katono nnyo katukomewo.
You're watching STV. Select for fun. The news has literally become suck-click for what happens in Gulu, Mbale, Kampala and elsewhere is the same. My job is to tell the story on what happened, where, who did it, how they did it, and probably why they did it. Join me every single weekday as I break down those big stories that make rounds of headlines only on Select News. With me, Simon Chris Makanga.
Oyagala okusuubula emitala w'amayanja ffe aba Tamale Enterprises Uganda Limited tukuyambako okusuubula ebyamaguzi byo okubitambuza wamu n'okufunira biterekebwa tubikusasulira nga bituuse e Mutukula e Malaba Busia ssaako ne Nakawa gwe yandyetaaze okusuubula mu nsi nga China ne Dubai tukiryalinga ebyamaguzi byo nga biyita ku mwalo gw'e Mombasa ssaako ne Dar es Salaam awo nno ne tubituusiza ddala ku mulyango gwo ate gwalemereddwa osasula omusolo teweeraliikirira tukukusasulira oluvannyuma n'osasula mu kibanja mpola ffe aba Tamale Enterprises Uganda Limited tusangibwa Bugoloobi ku luguudo lwa Portbel olukadde ku kizimbe kya Maria okumanya ebisingawo kuba ku ssimu zino wammanga noti 754 25 56 46 oba noti 788 71 28 96.
You're watching STV. Select for fun.
Buterefu nyongera okwaniriza mu Uganda wange gwe yakatwegatako nawe abadde naffe okuva bwe twatandise programu yo enganzi STV The Sharp Talk. Omukuku na Joseph Tamale Mirundi mutabani wa Mole Namatovu ne Yohana Mirundi ankyali naye tutunulira ensonga nga wezigenda maaso mu ggwanga tuli mu kaseera ka bya kulonda campaigns by next year 2021 mwezi ogwokutaano aba mwezi ogwa January nga 14 Abannayuganda bajja genda okuba akalulu then by May tujja batulayiza president omupya era nga mukakasa naye nga njagala okujjukiza nti akalulu munnange tekatwawula. There is Uganda after elections. Oba ateeka okubaawo Uganda after elections, so twebereremu tetwenyiigira olw'ensonga y'akalulu.
No, election is like a soccer. If the referee is well, is impartial. Tebalwana. Tetwalina ttiimu y'Express one. Express eyo gyolaba omanyi ttiimu zaawano kyobola zaagwa zaali nnyo ku malogo nga buli ttiimu ya mupiira yina omulogo waayo. Ezo ttiimu zimulaba ezo owaviira asulanga wano ku bendi kiwanuka street nga bw'aba agenda okunaaba ku ttawulo ye tagiteeka wano kunumba bukunumi nga ayina waagisa nga ye muloko buli ttiimu. Kakati Express yali bweti. Express bagituumako 5-4 bagikuba 5 ne drawing ne bagikuba 4 teyalwana. Express naye Express omusajja neefu bamuyitanga Kapalaga. Kapalaga yali musajja muli bwanguzi oba is dead I don't know. Kakati Kapalaga ye omusambi w'omupiira yajjanga bwati nga yalidde sente zamu najjayo kaadi bwati gwe butesuli mu penalty nze penalty n'agijjawa kina kusule penalty mbawe penalty mwenga mulowooza nti amukolaki awuni Express babakube goolo bategeera nti Kapalaga yakoze alidde omupiira baguyiwa ne bagenda ewa Kapalaga ne bamubba robbing. Kakati omupiira ogwaddako radio cassette zaali z'amaanyi nnyo mu 8 abaana ne bakwata mu kirasa ab'Express ne bakwata bye babbye ewa Kapalaga. Kapalaga laba Express yakubanga amayinja yo ng'emanyiddwa yo nga bagiwangula ekubanga naye bw'ogiwangula fairly. Election violence must be there, must be contained. Kubanga it is intense. I was explaining that the politics elections are like a coup. If a coup is not handled well, the government loses. Bagijjako n'election nayo bweri it changes the leadership if not properly handled. Gwe talaba gondi golowooza Trump akaba yakaba yekka. In America, when a new president enters the White House, 6,000 jobs change overnight. Emirimu kakaaga giweddewo
buli aba Trump bagenda nabo Omar recently
ate Papa oli John Paul
Biden yatongoza cabinet
was a Polish. He was having 2 Polish nuns. When he died and Rizinga came with German, this one went back to Poland and he came with the German nuns. In many countries, when the president loses power, another one is coming in. Bakugamba change nti ka ono abadde akuumona abaddeko ajja namukubira saluti esembayo nakubira onadde emabegawo. But do they remain there?
katudde ku nsonga ya omukulu minister wa finance minister Matia Kasaija yesimbye okubaka wa parliament Buyanga
Kasaija is a man who cannot win even LC1
abadde ayitibwa Mr. Chalimba omukulu ono nno
Kasaija is a man who cannot win an LC1 seat. I was there. Anti tumalira biseera bya Kasaija. Naliyo nenabbanja. Kasaija mutoji kwata kote yali nyayo. Kasaija okujjako nga awandisiza embuzi ze zisobola omulonda.
Sokolabe. Ekibuzo kigenda kujja. Oba buno buli bwanguzi oba ne.
Buli bwanguzi. It must be nullified. The elections must be nullified. It's bribery. Ekyo kifu.
Kakati no.
Ekyo kifu nullification. If you get a smart judge, nullify it. Bribery. Openly.
Minister,
where did Kasaija study? Ne Kasaija yasomera.
Recommending opponent way.
Singa Kasaija abo baali tebasomye. Mu byalo tebaali temyembizi.
Mr. Pochalimpa omwami ono yavudde mu race yawa member of parliament kati ye deputy executive director Uganda Investment Authority.
Niba Kasaija basi
buno buli bwanguzi oba
ngomanyi mwe temumanyi slang. Tulina ebintu biyita slang kitegeeza oluyayi olwogerebwa naye nga lulimu amakulu. Kakati ffe baprofesa bawano ngaabo eyo ttiimu ya president ey'abascientist abo tubayita baprofesa. Siba professor, our professor, we are coming out with the vaccine. A man who cannot produce a syringe. COVID okutta abantu. Balimba bakigumaza, bagumaza abantu.
This is a new corporate corruption.
Nkubuulira. Nullify it. One. Kakati tulina ba unopposed.
Minister yegase kwa benali mabala
unopposed bwe tubayita. Unopposed, unpopular. Unopposed kitegeeza unpopular. All of these people who are claiming to be unopposed ministers just stink. Their political equities stink like a Marwa toilet. They cannot win. When do you tell us that you are popular, get 90% Zana prison? Why do you have to buy somebody and with a job? That was verification. A serious lawyer, Kasaija can only get votes from his goats. If he registered the court, it's very important. He cannot even walk publicly. Let him make a walk in him. What
does this mean?
And no, you see what they don't know. There are only 2 people he can support. This younger man from Rakai. That one I can accept. Alian opposed. Is younger like you. Even the president met him. And they allowed him to make a speech at the launching good. That one, I can assure you, he won. Because he invested heavily, he invested in the youth, he did what? He looks like a humble man, an ordinary man, but he had campaign skills. He just saw with this man, Ojo Mandela. And he wondered, I saw Mandela talking about going to Congo. You lost. You were in parliament artificially. You lost it only because we would take the system, the American system, a president-elect. The defeated president cannot handle certain issues. We should also say, because we didn't want to create a vacuum, that the parliament must be around. Those MPs who lost to others are illegally in parliament, but we only wanted the continuity of parliament. Tebayina moral authority to decide, you are representing who? No, Mandela, you are representing who? When the man went unopposed, you are representing yourself. How can you take an assignment such as going to Congo tugende Congo tulabe yengudo. You are wasting time there. When you go to Congo, you'll be flushed out. You will leave all what you have got there. Why? The land territories belong to the regions. Mugumbiwa kubembwa. Kubeba bajeyo. Kakati nze nkugamba. Nti Kasayija. Any popular candidate. That is a replica of 1980. In 1980,
what happened?
The 17 UPC candidates went through unopposed. Not because they were very popular, but they resorted to monkey tricks. Bajawe chiferi. Ngatibasobola kuyita kuchoga abadipi. They made sure that bagenda. At one incident, they asked Bund bababuuza nga tikiti z'omusolo, which was not a requirement. Nabagamba nti Changamacho, a professor of Makerere University, bamugana okwesimbawo aba UPC nti yagudde oluzungu. Does he teach in Rugisu? A professor? Yali asomesa muki?
Anything is possible.
But yes, if you rape a woman, n'azaala omwana ne batakwata omwana akula, but it remains an illegal incident. Robbery is robbery, whatever name you give it. You can call it a mafia fellowship. You can do what? Robbery is robbery. That's why I say any incident, any pregnancy arising out of a rape incident, I reserve a right to terminate it. It was a pregnancy arising out of a rape incident. The president was encouraging me to kutta tumwebaze nalinja mutta. Kakati abo bye bakola timuli. Kasayija, you don't know politics. Allow this man to compete. President Kagame has never declared himself unopposed. Which one comes first? No. Even the electoral commission, if we had a competent man, ate basaga. Omanyiti tibakalashes on Museveni. People like Tumwebas, people like Kasayija. They are undermining Museveni. Why? Bana abantu. This is what Honorable Kutesa is facing in the Zimbabwe. Why? Because he dealing never agundi, never muleka na aitawo. He never subjected Museveni to a popular vote. Kasayija, the lawyers must pursue the matter. Why is it that you agree with the two people, another person, Kasayija? Kasayija knows himself. Kasayija is a man who cannot win even an LC. Don't talk about Kabushenga. Leave the matter. Anti muje mutabanyi. In the media law. Sijja kutesa ku Kabushenga. Not to nyonyola. The Kabushenga issue is a matter of new vision. It does not touch us. It doesn't.
It touches Ugandans who are employed in
No. Without any manager, let them leave. Where they put there by limit. Baba libiting.
Ekiwo kiri nti omwezi ogw'omusanvu President Museveni ya instructing Minister wa ICT National Guidance na instructing Minister of Finance Matia Kasayija n'abagamba bagende kunoonyereza
Kasayija nze gundi Kabushenga simwogerako.
Waliwo whistleblower mu biseera bya lockdown bagamba President Museveni yafuna amalinga waliwo okwemulugunya mu New Vision bagamba nti abakozi bangi bagobeddwa mu bumenyi bw'amateeka bangi tebalina contracts ne ssente eziwerako ddala ziri swindled mu ndoomo mu New Vision. So is this an outcome of the investigation eyakolebwa okuva mu instruction ya president oluvannyuma lw'okusindika Minister wa ICT ne Minister wa Finance oba nze Tamale nsubira
I'm a good Muslim.
If
I'm a good Muslim and I know they are roasting a pig, why do I sit there and say, am I going to eat or not? If you see it, they have their
so you have no comment.
You have
no comment on that.
You see, entebe eno giraba kasotula muntu ya manager bwete etunula mulyango ekitanda ekyo kiraba walabye ekitanda kiina ekyakula bwekiti nti eno wansi waliyo empaji emu oluza design teriyo ekitanda kiba kyampagi enya kifaanana kabbuli wagisula mudda nabadde mbagamba jjo nembagamba nti abazungu abo kyebava bayiiya bagenda balaba katonda kyeyakola bo ne bakimpuluvinga ku nti ekinyira bwekitunulya kirina bweki nolaba kino waliwo kyetuyita ekinnamunkanga ekiraba kibeera ku mazzi ku luzzi era kyetolola ngaerikoputa bwekiti nekidda bwekiti kikola bwekiti kati katulaba omuzindaalo gwogera guweereza ate gusobola kuleeta eno kadde human being bwali omumwa gwogulya ate negufulumya ate eno wansi yo ate wafulumya bufulumya tewalya kakati yobeera manager. Yes, you don't know. Once you become a general, you are heading for retirement. Nze sigana muntu kumugjawo naye malisi nti nomalisinga omuntu n'omukuba bakuba sempijja jjo mu New Vision sempijja ne bamukuba yaddidde ente z'amawako sempijja efaama a means of agriculture tusola ente z'amawako ng'asole kuba bayamba lagu bamukwata. Have you seen Lagu's story? Yes, nze maayirolo siga nti gundi tavaawo naye malisi yaabwe ey'okujja ne babba ssente ne bamalisinga omuntu ti omukazi omukulu nga gundi guwaatudde ne badira omukazi omukulu ono ne muwala we ne bamulimba nga pulezidenti agambye nti bilioni 11 mwezi we gundi ne bamuleetera ebipapula nti sente zigenze mu bbanka n'abisayininga ne basiba embwa. But we retire. If we die, yes, we die. Mugambye kabada teremera mu mulyango teriyo kabada erina okufuluma singa abapangisa tebagula kabada nene balemeremu kwegamba bwozimba omuzikiti ala takutta. The most important thing to me okumala obudde muzaata. I will not talk about muzaata ayina contradiction. Yes,
what is that?
Muzaata ayina contradictions nga nnya.
One,
how can the permanent secretary inform the public about the cause of Muzaata's death on the social media?
Cheat them, but take
yes.
it. How can?
Yes.
Permanent secretary.
The Minister of Health. Inform the public. Inform the public on the social media. Who has the responsibility? It should be the people. About
or the family.
And this is where government loses. Have you seen the dispute? In the case of a dispute, the family brings a pathologist. Kakati is it normal? How many times have you informed the public about the cause of the death of people on social media? What motivated this? Mutwe. Two, he left a bill.
Do you think there was public demand?
Anti-public demand. Who does it? Museveni was always referring to these scientists who have the opportunity of time, leisure time, to study the ventilators of arcades. Those cannot be scientists. Babutandala abo basoma byabutandalo kabiniji ejjudde mukola akatandalo oyitayinza kuba scientist atulya ventilation oyo si scientist kakati nkuba how are they? The hospital releases your body, your corpse with
a postmortem report.
If it is challenged, then the family can bring. What amazes me, there are four things. One, the bill Muzaata left $1,800,000.
About the bill,
and
part of it, and government cleared.
Anti kyenkubuulira si yeyiso si kweryalinga mu Uganda bazita ventilators government bagibba kakati as a result private hospitals are buying them. Zinate nga kigula sente ntono nkyegulire mbuuza batabani bange ne banga nti ekigula biliyoni emu
kiri mitwalo ngeta kiri nakolako research ku kyuma ekyo kiri mu mitwalo ngeta nejja
settlement. Yes, kakati ate abo bascientists ba Museveni abo batayana ne bani but they identified certain hospitals to treat COVID. Not every hospital treats COVID nga banoonya konditi okubbiramu. That's why Odongo Oto fought to them. You did not include this hospital here. Take your sick people elsewhere. Abantu bamutegeera. Kati it has backfired. These ordinary people, ordinary hospital, private hospitals, babyebulidd ku dola emitwalo emeka kakati okukuteeka ku kyuma ekyo olina okuba mu nsawo ng'olinamu obukadde bumeka 5 tusula nabwo bw'oba tulina bukadde 5 gwe genda ofe but how many Ugandans can afford this and Muzata if Muzata was not dead would he get the attention of State House bakalukubiramu n'okuliramu amabugo bwe balabikira abamu State House bandateeka bo baagala mirambo kakati wulira ekyokubiri yes anti ajja ku social media the hospital kakati nino kankubuulire kakati ate aba hospital ate bo bagamba results zigamba yali negative
COVID-19 negative
2 kakati ekyo kimu nti olw'okuba ssente baazibba noyogera mu ggwanga nti zaali folote abaziina ziri folote mu ggwanga kyogerwa in an election period you were lucky that you have people like Kyagulanyi you wait when some of us close the other way you will see the real battle how campaigns are organized mujja kutulaba kakati nkugamba nti sente ekyo ku Muzaata kikulu nnyo sente nti every day million years biri okubeera ku kyuma kyabwe 2 you must deposit 5 million who has this money why doesn't government reduce oba kigula dola emitwalo 5 hospital ziri private ne bazisalyako omusolo nakyo ndoza ebyago ntebiwa musolo kakati ekyo kiri important how many people because COVID is real amalwaliro gonna gajjudde nabagamba nti abo sente zaabwe mitwe bazaalibwa nebyabwere gandi make a documentary ogende mu malwaliro okyalabayo ab'emivuli abagenda mu byalo okukima y'abantu babaliise ekiva bakubirayo kati abantu balwalira waka that's a very important issue nti ekyo kisinga okunga nti okuwalirizatira Muzaata ku social media dangerous. What if they contradict with this one? Why do you fear to call a press conference? Who has asked you? Who has pressurized you? Because when you see gwalabya ko musibe kakati abasibe balabira ku Zoom. Why? Because of COVID
demand. First and foremost,
agreed. That is it normal for the permanent secretary of health to announce results? How many times has she done it?
What about Shabani
Bantari? Social media.
Okay, maybe encourage about them yabadde. But there was need to clear the air. Olwensonga propaganda abadde dominate.
Many people have, so there was need to come and clear the air. Many people think that I have a quarrel with the Buked. I can assure you. Buked the kills cases. Abasent nagirinya babakutte nga tebali. Buked dette emisango. Buked has an element of criminals using it to divert attention. When Muzaata fell sick and was rushed to hospital, Buked reduced the battle between the Muzaata sick man with his wife. Why did the marital affairs have to do with the sickness of Muzaata? In fact, if you have real brains inside the culprit will be Muzaata, will be the wife. Because all of the attention, Buked was not talking about the sickness. A few days later after his body, the command comes back. This command who never went to school and he reached in charge of a newspaper. He says there are quarrels. The son is fighting the mother. There are quarrels. Why? A Muslim, unlike a Christian, the Muslims have a professional way, a religious way of solving such matters. The same man.
Don't you think we are becoming a country without morals?
Somebody who is haunted by Muzaata's death is using Buked, reducing the issue to the family. Whoever dies in Uganda, but reducing the family. When this man, Gondi Bayafa, Omukachi Yinji Bayafa, they arrested Chiyinji to divide the family. Because in case a man dies and a man is accused of killing the wife, it's the family. Who takes over the property? Normally, when you say man, waiting his wife at the gate, I normally do it. Bwolaba nga omusajja talina mmotoka ali bweru wa gate abayagala kulaba mmotoka eza mukazi we and it is common omukazi yamuvuga mu mmotoka amutwale bamujjanjabe a person who wants to kill her husband amuvuga mu mmotoka for recovery naye bagamba my wife has killed me was booked inside the house already people were they inside
they are becoming advertorial.
Yes kubanga balina ababakozesa nti buli mugagga afa mu Uganda bawayira mukazi we bokedde n'akugamba waliwo emmotoka eyamuyiseeko naye ate abagagga bayinze nnyo okulaba ng'omulambo gwa mugagga munnabwe kasiwukira gutwaliddwa Kabangali teekawo omutetemu emmotoka eguyiteko tebaali gutwalidde mu kutiya emmotoka eyise ku mulambo ate gutwalibwa Kabangali bukedde abakutte gundi bukedde divert stories for me who is intelligent I fear nti whatever happens they push the battle inside kakati yifu ngoli wa side abali emmere nti muzata otegeera nti muzata these people are panicking to use the cause of death not by the doctors. Are you accompanied by the doctors? Did you enter the ICT intensive care unit? There are many questions to be raised. But why do they do them? The amateurs, the arrogant. Kayibula yacheretera omusajja asudde nebanda badde banywanja kaya amusudde mu ddwaliro ensambya. Why do you bother? Kayibula what he did, he said n'abo opposition bajje baleete ba doctor. Why did she die after a party? Where are you involving yourself? Kakati their failure to handle issues kubanga bajoga obujonzi bwabwe bo balowoleza mu money. That's why the electoral commission nayo nfu nti mu kifo ky'okulonda abantu kata a deputy, what's the purpose of a deputy? Ono mukazi ye alinda ono yayogera. The man, a judge comes to radio, a judge comes to TV to make easy. Then what's the purpose? A public relations officer does not mean addressing press conferences. A public relations officer oversees a public relations, but they don't. They tribalism, nepotism, okujoga, okuteka wana ali sente. Ne balowooza mbu ate abala bajja kujja babakolera abamanyi tewali ejja bakolera. Tewali ejja kujja onnagishiyamu.
Wewa mu Sheikh no muzata atuvudde ku maaso in just 1 minute. Kiki tugenda mu misingako.
Omusajja
was your personal friend.
Bwe batta Mboya omukazi yagamba, omusajja yagamba, the woman who was born another Mboya is not yet dead, born. Muzata taddawo mu Africa tetuddawo. That's why me have written kubanga nze ndi scared nti abaana ba Beni Kiwanuka ani aliwo. Abaana omwana wa Binayisa ye bamuvunana defilement kukuku. Omwana wa Lule omusanga mu Kampala emisana to ng'ataddemu bwamu Brutus. Kakati omwana wa Mayanja Nkanje yalimba sheshi twerire obulokwa ababa Mayanja baliwa ababa Mayanja baliwa ababa nze ndi scared. This is why I have written. I'm going to have my morals. Nze bagenda kunzika mu nyumba yange nga nyimiridde na Jesse miradani library yange. Otherwise aligana oba okuntwala ku kyaki yonna sisomye nga ndi musajja mukulu kakati ontwalira ki ku kyaki banvumu kolerera akalambo konga noyanvuma no whoever wants come at home ate already katonda tayita abajulizi katonda yannamuladda byebadde enkola byonna abimanyi kati katonda ayita abajulizi ogiyita apiru teriyo. Some people abantu abamu abo bannaddiini amuwakirina ndi holier than them ate ng'ojja kulumba erwange ng'abaana bange bakwata kofini yange aligikwata nja muttira mu kkubo tewali kuntwala mu ebyo. Sisomye nga ndi musajja mukulu sigenda mu kyalo ate baliyitika nga nebasa ekyalo kinja kitawaanya guno omuntu baguzekaba gwe basa mu ttaka gwina kubeera nga guyimiridde balyoke bagambe ndi muzzukulu wa Tamale Mirundi ayimiridde ematale seyebasa ematale ayimiridde ekalagala nina kuziikibwa nga nyimiridde ntana kabuli nagikola dde.
Tetugenda kusuka waawo naye njagala okukakasa nti obadde mulabi mulungi okuva bwe twatandise munnange so tugimaliriza naye nga njagala kumenyamenyamu abo betukoze nabo Okusooka ddala nja kwebaza gwe abadde naffe ku Facebook ne ku YouTube yonna gy'obadde osinzira okuba ng'olaba STV The Sharp Talk n'omukuku na Joseph Tamale Mirundi. Jamiru Ssenyondwa webale nnyo okubanga obadde naawe TV oba show ojjoota obadde ogigoberera naawe abadde atulabira mu bitundu ebyenjawulo mu Uganda webale nnyo webalire ddala. Amanya nze Simon Chris Makanga nkoze ne bannange okuli Adams Mayambala abadde producer olunaku olwaleero. Tukoze ne Manreza official yabadde ku kamera osomugobera ku social media okuli Instagram wamu ne Facebook. Then Jeff abadde mu byuma nga naye abitigatiga ne Haj SK Mbuga executive producer webale nnyo webalire ddala mpaka week ejja abeerawo bulungi mweraba.